Frankie, stop trying to bite my hand. Oh my God.
He's going wild.
Stop.
Let's go.
There's a toy for you. You like that right there?
Paranoia starts to set in. Waking up in an Armageddon. I should be dead or lost by now, but I've grown so used to this.
Welcome to my studio space, man.
Let's go.
Dude.
Finally, man. Let's sir.
Congrats. Today's a big day for you.
It is.
The EP just dropped, which is so sick. That's got to be an exciting moment for any artist, obviously. But how are we feeling about release day?
Bro, it's fucking amazing, bro. This is my first project in 2 years. I put the last one out in May of 2020, and then I went independent for a while after that, and then I kind of took a hiatus in 2021, and then I came back this year swinging. So it's like, yeah, man, it's been a lot of work and a long time coming, and I'm happy it's finally out, bro. Out in the world, no more stress over it. Just it's there to, for people to enjoy. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the last release was Stuck in the Middle.
Right.
That came out back in 2020.
Yep.
That was an interesting time for you because I know in the years before then, you were young GARZI.
Yep.
And you had a lot of stuff kind of like to trap beats,
Yep.
kind of rap type songs. And your track Demonstrate,
Yep.
for example, I think that was on the intro of one of the Fortnite Funny season 6.
Right.
Was that what it was?
So that's actually how it blew up, and that was
Yeah.
that's like still my biggest fucking song, bro.
I'ma demonstrate how not to care. Life's a movie, so just stop and stare.
We put that out in like June of 2018, maybe. It was on SoundCloud and YouTube only. And then, yeah, like 2-3 months later, that Fortnite gaming channel, whatever compilation channel, picked it up, started using it as its intro. And from there, it just started blowing up and like going viral. Every kid started using it in all their Fortnite videos and all kinds of gaming videos. And it was just like everywhere, bro. And I
Yeah.
was like, damn, this is crazy.
And even though it's still your biggest song, it obviously wasn't the guiding direction that your music path would take. Because
Right.
in more recent times, you dropped the young
Yep.
from the name, and you shifted more towards kind of a rock sound. Kind
Right.
of there's pop punk, there's even some heavy riffs at times.
Yup.
What kind of inspired that from you? Because I do have to say, like hearing Careful What You Wish For, it is so clearly your most defined, refined, and comfortable sound that you've done. It sounds like this is you, like this is your genre.
I love that you said that, bro, because that's what it felt like to me as well. Like I'm always proud of what I put out, you know what I mean, and of my projects, and I always feel like they're solid. But it's like I feel like this time it truly all came together, and it feels like a real project. It feels like a project I would have heard and fallen in love with when I was in high school. You know what I mean? And so it's
Yeah.
like, I've got my homies on it, a bunch of homies, on production. I've got John from Point North.
This one's for the kids who'd always tell me you wanna be nice now, huh? You're so nice now, huh? On my fucking face.
I got Jason from Fever.
Fuck you, stand up or die in your mouth.
I've got Kellin from Sleeping.
Sometimes I don't wanna feel nothing on the inside. I don't wanna feel nothing as it feels right. Probably why I'm always out of control.
And it's like that was a really special moment too, because my other projects I don't have any features, so it's like that's my first time with features, and just to have all the homies on the project, and it's man, it's a really good feeling, and I'm stoked, bro. Couldn't be any happier.
Yeah, and so you're from Color Ridge, Florida,
I am,
right?
yep.
So what brought you out to Los Angeles, and when did that happen? Because you're full-time here now. You live in the city.
Yeah, I live downtown. I moved out here 2020 July, so still in the pandemic. And yeah, man, everything was dead, bro. Like I said, I'm from Miami, so everything, there isn't as much of like an industry in Miami as there is out here.
Definitely.
And so when everything kind of went into shutdown, it was just kind of like there was actually just nothing going on. And I'm not one of those artists that produces myself. You know what I mean? I don't engineer myself. It's like I'm pretty dependent on other people to do that for me.
This is the spot for it.
Right. And so it's like at that point, I kind of came to that moment where it was like, I feel like if I didn't take that like leap of faith and kind of put myself out of my comfort zone and move out here, I don't know if I'd be here right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd still be dropping music. So it's like, I always think back, I'm like, damn, like it's weird how, sometimes you walk a very like thin line, and it's like, you could either make that choice and then, the door's open, or you could, be afraid and not take that leap of faith, and then you never know, and it could have not turned out as good. So I always look back, I'm super stoked that I ended up making the move out here. I moved out here with my girlfriend, and we lived in Hollywood the first year. Now we're downtown, and we love it there. And yeah, bro, it's
Oh, nice. You're in the downtown area?
yeah, I live right above IHOP, dude.
Oh, sick.
Yep.
That's a good... I'd
The
never
best.
leave home. Thanks for leaving to come here today.
Yeah, man, that's what I don't leave home, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, unless it's a special occasion, bro, I don't leave. So let's fucking go, baby. We here.
So in regards to kind of your musical transition question. So, My Temptation.
Yep.
That was I think, at least for me, that was the first song where I heard like pop punk elements,
Yep.
kind of mixed in with
Right.
the other sound I had expected from you.
Now my life going 9 to 5. Take more drugs 'cause they go inside my temptations. My temptations.
Right.
And when, why, where did this transition kind of happen?
This is like who I've always been, right? Like I just said, like I feel like this project was something I would fall in love with when I was in high school. It's like
Yeah.
I grew up listening to Fall Out Boy.
Going down, down, around, and Sugarwood going down, swinging.
Can't Get the Disco.
I chime in with a haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No.
Paramore.
Whatever makes it break, but I got it where I want it now. Whoa, it was never my intention to break.
You know what I mean?
Whew,
Fucking
got an emo kid on our hands in here.
Christopher Drew, you know, Never Shout Never, like all of it, bro. Like that's what I was in love with. That's how I learned to sing. Like I remember being in middle school. I used to wait in the mornings for my aunt to come pick me up and take me to school. And I'd wait like an hour, 2 hours. My mom is a teacher, so she would leave earlier. And in that time, I would just sing along to all those songs. And that's how I learned to sing, you know? Like I never took vocal lessons or any. I used to be in like musical theater a little bit, but like I never had any real lessons, a real teacher. Like I would just sing along to all these songs. And it was just like one day, I would always say that I wanted to be in a band and make this kind of music. You know what I mean? I think somewhere along the lines, obviously music changes so rapidly. You know, it's always just like, you know, what's popular now, it's not necessarily what's going to be popular in a year. And I feel like I grew up a little bit. I went to high school, you know what I mean? I was graduating. And I kind of just started getting more into like the underground, like rap scene in Miami because it was a pretty big, you know, it was like X.
I'm someone that's afraid to let go. You decide if you're ever gonna let me know. Yeah.
And Denzel Curry.
I just wanna feel myself. You want me to kill myself? Man, I've been on my own. Lord, I'ma need some help.
Young Sim, you know, a bunch of these guys that were starting to get, you know, make some noise out there. And so I kind of started fucking with that a little bit. And I feel like I never made that conscious decision to be like, yeah, I'm going to be an artist. Like that was never like a thing for me. I was going to school at UF, University of Florida for a while. And then I ended up dropping out. I was like, this is just not for me. I want to go back home. And I moved home and I had a friend that was producing and he was just like, yeah, man, like I remember you like to sing. Like we should just fuck around a little bit. You know what I mean? See what happens. I was like, all right. And so we fucked around and like that's how the first like song ever came to be. And we put it on SoundCloud, you know what I'm saying? And people started fucking. I was like, all right, cool.
And then at what point did you get involved with John Feldmann?
So here I am, doing everything I can, holding on to what I am, pretending I'm a Superman.
Because he's my favorite producer of all time. The number of albums that man has done that I will
Feldy's the
forever
man, bro.
love. How did that relationship come to be? And then, of course, on Sick of Me, you had a little guy named Travis Barker.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, yeah. I'm so sick of me. I'm so sick of me. I'm so sick of me. 1, 2, 3, yeah.
Blink-182 is my favorite band of all time.
Yep.
And actually,
Got the Blink, yep. You got
yeah.
the Blink fucking albums right there.
and then Luke, my camera guy, when I was 13 or 14, we met on Blink182.com's forum.
No
like
way.
We used to have forums.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And we've just been like best friends
sick.
ever since
There you
then.
go.
So
fucking internet friends, bro. Fucking
Yeah.
Internet friends to real life friends.
that's right. And
The
he's
best.
been traveling out here. We used to go to Warped Tours together. He'd fly to the
Sick.
States just to come to Warped Tour. But how did you get involved with Feldy, with Travis? Because that was a big deal, I would imagine.
Like I said, this is who I always. To me, this is who I always was.
Yeah, so you knew who John Feldmann was,
Right,
obviously.
and so like I just saw like the emo rap stuff kind of like getting my foot in the door, right? And so like that's why I was doing that, and it worked, and we got our foot in the door, and then from there, I think my old management was working with Feldy with one of their other artists on a project or something, and then like they knew I was trying to make the transition, so like, oh, like this would be perfect. You guys should like link up.
Perfect team.
Right, and so I think they sent my music to him, and he fucked with it, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like I would love to do a session with him." And I went over, and we just vibed, bro. And it was supposed to be like 1-2 sessions. We ended up doing multiple sessions throughout that, like summer and year. And we still have some songs that we've made that haven't released, but like, yeah, bro, it was really random, and like I feel like I knew who he was, but I didn't really like understand until I, you know, pulled up and like really saw how he worked, bro. He's like one of the only people that I can work with and come out with like 3 fucking masterpieces in one session.
I
You know
hear
what mean?
I hear working with Feldy is a quick process.
It's a factory over
And-
there.
yeah.
It's literally a factory. Like he's with you in the room writing and starting it, and then like once you record stuff, he sends it to the engineers in the other room, and they're already like,
Oh, so it's like live action happening.
yeah, like it's as you're recording, like they're starting to work on it already, and like once it's
That's
done,
sick.
like by the next week they'll send you like a fully. It sounds like it's an album song song already. You know what I mean? Like just fully done, mixed, it's ready to go. So yeah, man, that was an experience. And Travis actually did the whole like EP. We only had him as the feature on Sick of Me, but he actually produced and did the drums on all the songs.
Yeah, I saw his name on all the songs,
Yup.
and I was like, that's so sick.
Yeah, man. So that was a really special moment. I was like, oh fuck, you know, I got to see Travis lead the drums for Hopeless.
I've been in my head, we're all living dead. Yeah, I can see your face, trying to hide the pain. I feel so hopeless. I feel so restless inside.
And Sick of Me in person, I was like, damn, bro, private Travis Barker concert. You know what I mean? So
Can't complain.
yeah, bro, it was a really, really special moment. That was really cool. And I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like Stuck in the Middle was really sick. But like you said, I feel like now, you know, I've gotten more comfortable as well. And I also, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've just gotten more comfortable in my skin and doing this. And it's just like, yeah, I feel like we really just like, you know, locked in on this one. And yeah, bro, let's go.
Yeah, because Stuck in the Middle, it still had like trap beats and stuff
Right.
mixed in with it.
Yep.
Actually, the first time I had ever heard of you, I think I was trying to remember last night. I think it was an Instagram ad, but it was for Paranoia.
Okay.
I don't wanna be the blame now. The world will go on with or without me. Paranoia starts to set in. Waking up in an Armageddon. I should be dead or lost by now, but I've grown so used to this.
And that song, I mean, in hindsight now, seems to be like your first all-out just kind of rock song.
Yep.
And it is so good. Like, I have a
Yep.
podcast here, and I would play it every week on my podcast.
Let's go.
I have told so many people about it.
Fuck yeah.
It's so tell me about that track, because that was just a single in itself. That was a standalone, right?
Right. And so, like I said, after Stuck in the Middle, because I was still living in Miami when I dropped Stuck in the Middle. And
Oh,
so
wow.
right after that, that was May. That
Yeah.
July, I ended up moving out here. So like a month, 2 months later, I ended up moving out here. And I went independent. So I was signed to Capitol for a little bit. That's where Higher My Temptations came out. And
Yeah.
then they just didn't see the vision, you know what I mean? They wanted me to stay on the like Juice WRLD emo rap kind of thing, and I was just like, I told them straight, like, I'm not doing that, you know what I mean? Like,
And
this-
props to you for that, because I think as an artist, it's so important to be able to have your own creative freedom in
Right.
regards to what you see as most beneficial for you.
And it's hard because you don't want to blow up your situation, you know what I mean? Especially when you're in a good situation, you don't want to, you know, mess it up. But it's like you have to see at the end of the day that they're not the ones that are gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna blow up or your music's gonna go, it's gonna go because people like the music and because of you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They could do whatever, but it's like at the end of the day, it's all you, and so you have to believe in yourself. And so I was just like, yeah, bro, this is not it, dude. Like I'm not happy with the situation, and you know, if they can't see the vision, then there's no point in doing this. And so I got out of the deal. I had my lawyer pull me out the deal and just like terminate the whole thing. And so then Feldy was nice enough to pick me up, put that EP out through his label, and then I went independent, and so that's where Paranoia came along. I made that song with John Lundeen from Point North, and we put it out independently. You know, did like, I don't know, I think it has like 100K on Spotify, and it's been like 2 years, and so that's why with this EP I was like, bro, I love that. It's literally my favorite song. I love performing it. I go
it's
crazy.
So good.
Yeah, dude, I love performing that song. That's the one I, you know, jump into the crowd every time when, you know, on tour and everything. And it's a really fun one. I just felt like it was really underrated and people, you know, just, it didn't get the love it needed. And so I was just like, bro, we should just remix it, get Jason and John on it, and it would be fucking fire. And I knew it'd come out good, but bro, when I heard the final of the remix, I was like, bro, this shit's so fucking sick.
There's a war in my head, another battle to win, and I've got nothing to lose. It's a dropping again. What if I gave up? What would you say? If I was born to lose, why the fuck you playing games for? Paranoia, paranoia, oh no! Paranoia starts to set in.
And I love to see Jason was on it, because you'll never understand another Luke thing. Luke got me obsessively obsessed with Let Live.
Let's go. I
And-
saw them like once or twice at in Fort Lauderdale back in high school, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Because like Fake History, we were just jamming Fake History yesterday. I think that is a perfect album.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them do a garage show in Reno, Nevada, where I'm from. It was like the coolest thing ever. I've known Jason now for years
Yep.
since then. And actually, so the first time I met you in person was at the Sleeping with Sirens show. You were on the Control Alt Delete tour
Yep.
with them and Point North.
Yep.
And Point North is on this track, actually.
Yep.
So Jason was there. He was just talking about how much he loves you and like what's coming up with
the
it and
homie.
stuff.
Yeah.
But how did you guys meet? How did you link up? And obviously he's Fever 333 now.
Right.
Are you in association with 333 Rex?
Yes, so I'm currently signed to Outlast Records and 333 Rex. So that's how I met Jason, because I didn't know him before that, like personally. And then Daniel, who runs Outlast, he's also an agent at UTA, Daniel McCartney. he was like, yeah, man, like I would love, you know what I'm saying, bring you. And he's been like, Daniel's been around like since I was young GARZI. So like I've known Daniel for a minute,
so
and
he's
he's
been there
always
from day one
he's
almost.
always shown mad love, bro, and always been around. And so it was like, you know, at the time, like I said, I was still independent, and we were trying to find like a partner for this project like last year, bro, last August, September. And Daniel was like, yeah, man, you know, I just started this label, and like, you know, like I would love to give it a go with you guys. And I said, fuck it, you know. And he's like, oh, I got Jason, he's got his own thing too, and like we can come together. And I was like, fuck it, because I was a massive fan of Jason. I've been, like I said, since high school. So I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And then Jason has been like a mentor throughout the year. You know, he's come to all the shows, been showing a lot of love. We've done a couple sessions, we made a couple songs. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been a really cool experience.
Yeah, it was because I love his screams so much.
Bro,
and
he's
to hear
the
it on
fucking
Paranoia,
best.
I was
bro,
just
and like in person, it's so like, bro, on the tracks like it's godly, but in person, I'm just like, holy fuck, you know, like I be screaming, but it's like the power he has in his voice. It's just like, holy fuck.
Oh yeah,
bro. I was just like, oh, like I literally just sit there with my phone recording him, bro. I'm like, oh my god, this is fucking gold right now, bro.
And then when his live performance is mixed with it too, like
So
he's
sick, yeah.
just an absolute.
He's like
legend.
who I've always looked up to, like in regards of live performance. Like that's the energy I try to bring every time. You know what I mean? Like he actually just goes so fucking wild. And insane.
Jumping into trash cans,
Yeah,
jumping
literally.
off of
I'm just like, yo,
tops of stages.
fucking crazy, man. Like that's exactly the energy I want to bring every time. So.
Yeah. So speaking of live shows, I saw you twice. I saw you in Santa Ana and
Yep.
in LA on the Control Alt Delete tour.
Yep.
I know your tour before then. You were traveling around in a Honda Civic, I think.
Yep.
And then for this one, you moved on up to the bandwagon.
I did.
What's it like finally being able to do shows?
I used to have, like, I think the thing that used to give me the most anxiety about being an artist was the thought of having to perform. And, like, you know, like, I've always had that stage fright and just been like, oh, fuck, like, I don't want to do it, you know what I mean? Like, to get the butterflies in your tummy and all that. I was just like, fuck. And I think I finally got over that this year because I was just forced to, you know what I mean? It's also, like, I've just done it every way, you know, like the Zero tour, I had no band. I was just tracks. I was by myself. And
I was going to ask that because I saw when you said you were in that small car, so it was just you on that tour. Wow.
Yeah, like literally just me, like the other Zero, and then it was me, Fame on Fire.
When I look into your eyes, I can see 1,000 lies. And if I just walked away, would your plastic heart break?
And 0936.
All my life I drowned in adrenaline. Now my blood runs slow like a sedative. I wake up past noon and it's settled in. Lord, please help me up. I don't wanna let you down.
They both had bandwagons, and then it was just me and my Honda Civic, and they'd get there like early, whatever. They'd be there like all day. I pulled up like an hour before the show, like, hey guys, I finally made it, like, what's up? And then I'd hop on the stage, and like yeah, it was literally just me running the tracks. You know what I'm saying? Some shows were, you know, we had some sold out shows, we had some, you know, medium fold up shows, and we had some shows that were like, you know, 5 fucking people in the crowd. I'm like, oh fuck.
You still give it your all every set.
And that's the hard thing, though. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like I feel like once you get over that, and like once you've done a couple of just like really rough shows, like you just kind of you learn how to enjoy it and not care about the you know what I mean? Like you're just there to have fun, and so
it's all
like,
part of the journey.
Exactly, bro. So yeah, man, fucking, it's been that's definitely like my favorite part of like this year. It's just been touring and finally getting to get out there and play my music, and you know what I'm saying, these shows like the Sleeping tour was fucking amazing, bro. Like the people were just so caring. Even on the Zero tour, bro, people would literally just come up and be like, oh my god, you're doing this all by yourself, like how can I help you, like how can I support you, like can I buy your merch, can I give you some money, like, you know what I mean? I think people in this genre are just so supportive, you know what I mean? They just really want to see you succeed, especially if they can tell that your heart's like really in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're true about it. So yeah, man, it's been a blessing for sure.
That's awesome. And then let's dive into the EP, I guess. Frankie, stop trying to bite my hand. Oh my god.
He's going wild.
Stop.
Let's go.
There's a toy for you. You like that right there? All right.
Yeah.
Go get it, but just stop biting my hand. So the EP, I like we've said, it's the first release from you that's fully just rock emo.
Yep.
And kicks off and ends with acoustic tracks.
Yep.
Which I love. I mean, the start of it, I was saying last night, it just felt so kind of throwbacky emo. The way that
Yeah.
it kicks off with the title track.
Right.
Careful what you wish for, might not be what it seems. I'm just another broken toy, broken boy, bursting at the seams.
And so kind of break down the EP as a whole for me. Lyrically, it's the deepest, most personal stuff I feel that you've written. I want to dive into some songs in particular.
Yep.
But all in all, what does this EP mean to you?
Careful what you wish for. I feel like this year, like I said, we had a lot of firsts, you know, and a lot of you know, just like not like deep or bad situations, just a lot of real shit, you know what I mean? And just a lot of realizations of how things actually work, you know, because like, you know, you go to a show, but you don't understand like all the work that it took to get, you know, for these people to put on that show, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like I learned a lot about how things actually are and like the reality of situations and of being an artist and of being in an industry of touring, like all those kind of things. And like, I feel like that's kind of where the title came to me from, you know, because I try to base the titles on something that kind of represents that, you know, time period. So Nothing Is Something, the first EP, I feel like I went from nobody to, you know, kind of building something a little bit, you know, Stuck in the Middle. I feel like I was kind of just in an awkward phase in my life at that time. You know, I had just left Capitol, and now I'm just kind of like, you know, people are like, oh, you should make your old music, but I want to make this, you know what I mean? So I feel like Stuck in the Middle is very representative of that. And now Careful What You Wish For, like I said, I just feel like I learned a lot of just hard truths and just realities of everything, of being an artist, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's 6 songs. Like you said, we start and end with an acoustic vibe, and then the rest is straight bangers. You know, I'm a full throttle kind of guy, bro. I love to fucking just like have it blasting full vocals. Like people are always telling me like, yeah, we should, you know, maybe put a bridge, and it's kind of like a chill vibe. I'm like, no, no, you know what I mean? Like half the time I don't even want a bridge in the song, bro. I just wanted to fucking go from beginning to end, just like cranked all the way. You feel me?
You know the energy you want.
Exactly. So I worked with John Lundeen a lot on this project, writing wise. Before, I've never had any writers help me, you know. So I feel like that's also kind of what helped get, you know, the lyrics in a better place and go a little bit deeper and just really think about everything. Because like I feel like I have the ideas, but songwriting is a whole ass job. Like, bro, John, shout out John real quick, because John is just a fucking beast also. He used to work for Feldy, so it's literally, he's like one of those people, bro. You know, you go in, he's just got everything on lock from beginning to end. And like, yeah, man, I feel like he really helped me push myself lyrically and just go a little bit deeper. And then, you know, we had Mess with Kellin, which was the first song, the first single, which is fucking
fantastic. I texted him last night and I was just like, I'm chatting with GARZI tomorrow.
Yep.
Mess is such a good song.
Yeah,
and
man. When I heard it, I was just like, oh fuck, like it's so lit. Like I'm so excited.
So don't you go thinking that I'll take you back, 'cause I'm doing just fine without you.
Now you wanna come back like you never try to leave me, say you just wanna rip another hole inside my heart and make me hate my life.
It was cool that I had gone to meet him, because I did Unsilent Night last December.
Oh, out in Texas.
Out in Texas,
Nice,
right? And
on.
so that's when I met him initially. And so we had started, I think we had already kind of started talking about the song, but it wasn't done yet. And I think like a few weeks after that, he had sent his verse, and like we got it mixed and mastered. And I was like, bro, this shit's fucking like so crazy. And from like there, I knew it was gonna be a good year, bro. So
And then you hit the road with him.
Exactly,
You hit the
bro.
road with them, the Control at the Elite Tour.
Yep. Yeah,
And-
man. That's what I'm saying. Shout out Kellin too, bro. He showed so much. You know, he didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Even with the song, like he promoted the song so much and just showed so much love towards the song. You know what I'm saying? Before, after it came out, he brought me on the tour. Like, yeah, man. He's shown a lot of love, and I really appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that Kellin Quinn is one of the nicest guys that I've ever come across
Hands
in this
down.
music industry, and I
Hands down.
absolutely love the guy. So again, there's 6 songs on the album. Now, I don't know if I should say this, but the one you sent me had 7.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm guessing I shouldn't say anything about the other
It's
song.
cool. No, we took that one off. It was gonna be 7 songs originally. There was a song called Nosebleed.
Okay, and let me say though, I love this song because it had such heavy guitar in
Yep.
it. The
Yeah,
guitar
yeah.
is straight up metal. It also is the only song on the EP that mixed kind of a tinkering of little trap beat type
Right.
thing into it.
Yep.
And I was so excited to chat about that song. And then when it dropped last night, I
Yeah.
was like, let's look at the writing credits of everything just to see what's going on. Wait, where's
Right.
Nosebleed?
Yep.
So that song got axed.
Right. It got axed. I love that. So that song, I feel like that's one of those situations where it's like the artist gets into their head a little bit. You know what I mean? I can only see it from my eyes. You know what I mean? Like it's so hard to like see or like try to think of like how other people perceive things. And so it's like we had uploaded Nosebleed. We had uploaded all 7 of them, but it was listing as an album on Spotify
Because of the 7 songs?
right? So I guess
Okay.
after 6 songs, it starts listing as an album or whatever. And we were trying to fix it, and like they were like, "Oh, you can't fix it," blah blah blah. And so we were like, at the end of the day, you know what? Let's just take the song off. And at first I was kind of like, I don't really want to take it off. You know, I don't really mind if it goes under albums, like whatever. People understand it's an EP. We're promoting it as an EP. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. It's just like whatever. But then I was kind of just like, I don't know. I felt like I made that song 2021, and
Okay,
the
so a bit of an older
original
track.
the original sounds way different, bro. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a fuck, I want to find it and play it, bro. Like, it sounds so fucking different. And so, like, that's one of those things where, like, I kind of had, like, demo-itis with it. And, like, I'd seen it. We did, like, 2 or 3 different versions after that original one before we got to the one that, you know, we were going to release. And then it was, like, by that point, I just felt like it was kind of forced. To me, at least, you know, like you said, you never heard it, so I guess, you know, you fucked with it. But to me, it felt like forced and just, like, kind of
Exactly.
like...
You know every version of it and
yeah,
how worn out
it felt like
you
we
are
were just
from it.
trying to get it to fit this vibe of this project. And, like, I didn't really, you know, I didn't want... Like, I was really just focused on making this project as, you know, as good as possible, and I didn't want even to have one like dull song or
that you
one
questioned. If you questioned it, you're like not worth it for
exactly. And so like I have that song, we can drop it whenever, you know. I'm thinking of having just keeping it for like a single or something, you know what I mean, a rainy day. We have it in the vault. I still love the song. It'll definitely come out at one point, or, you know, soon, I feel like, but we'll see. But yeah, that was the main reason we took it out.
Yeah, but I loved that heavy guitar when it
Fuck
kicked
yeah.
in. I was like, whoo, because I'm a metal guy.
Hell yeah.
I loved like the post-hardcore
Yep.
and metal stuff growing
Yep.
up, so I was just like, But then also, See Me Now.
See Me
That
Now.
song goes pretty hard as well.
If you could see me now, would you be proud? Would you know that everything turned out just fine? Will I know now that everything's alright? You build me up and tear me down, you're all around. So when you see me now, will you be proud? 'Cause everything's alright.
Yeah, I
That's
love that song.
probably
That's
my
like,
favorite song
Me too.
on the album.
Me too.
Break it down for me then, because one thing I love about lyrics and songs is you can interpret it to your own life, to your own situation, whatever it is you're going through. And this was a song for me. That
Yeah,
whatever
man.
it may have been that I was going through, I was like,
Amazing.
all right, I can relate to this one. So hit me with this track.
Yeah, so I started working on that track after... That was the first song I started working on after the Control Delete tour. I went back to Florida.
Wow, wait, so that came out. You did that after the Control Delete tour?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I got home. I took like 2 weeks in Miami after the tour before coming back out here. And while I was out there, Blake, my guitarist from Fame on Fire, he lives in like, you know, just outside of Miami, like an hour outside. So I was like, yo, like, let's make some shit. So I slept at his house, and yeah, he put down the guitars, he laid down the production, and then we started writing. And, you know, we just wanted to write a song. I feel like, you know, even now I have all these people, you know, like, I feel like I don't get a lot of hate where people are just like blatantly hating on me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get like a lot of shit talk or anything like that. But I just feel like a lot of people kind of doubted me, especially when I was starting or just making this transition. Especially people were just like, "This is not it, bro. Like, what do you think you're doing? Like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing that?" And like all the, you know, I mean, just like all that kind of negative energy and just like not allowing me to be who I want to be, just trying to keep me in that box. And so I feel like that's really the vibe of that song. You know what I mean? I write a lot of just like, I try to write vaguely so people can put
Kind of interpret
own.
it, like
Right.
I was saying, which
Exactly.
worked perfect in that sense.
And so like the hook of that song is my favorite. You know what I mean? I feel like that one really hits. Blake helped me write the hook on that one. And yeah, man, like I said, just for the people that are doubting, bro, you're not gonna stop me, man. And I hope when you see me now, you're gonna be proud, baby. You dig?
And a song that I can already see becoming a fan favorite is Worth My While.
Yeah.
'Cause you'll cry and I'll smile before you go. It was always worth my while. The best part of it all was watching us growing up and finding ourselves. Your head's got a place on my shoulder. I know I won't see you get older.
It's the ending song of it. It's kind of the ballad of the EP. The
Yep.
way that it's just this beautiful acoustic track that is
Yeah.
just very heartfelt and emotional.
The ending lines, the might be a month, might be a year, but if you need me, whatever, I'll be here.
I'll be here, yeah.
Yeah, dude, fucking that. When I heard the ending for the first time, I was like, this is literally how the EP has to end, bro. It's like so fucking just like epic, bro. I was like, that's literally perfect lines, perfect vibe. Like everything about it was just like on point. I was like, yeah, this is it. Yeah, dude, fucking, I love that song. I wrote that one with John Lundeen. Also, after the Control Delete tour, bro. I wrote that one like
That you were busy because that tour
Oh.
feels like it just freaking happened.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So like most of this project came together after the tour. So we did Mess like December, January of of this year, at the beginning of this
yeah,
year.
because you released that one a while
Right,
back.
exactly. So that was the first one we got done. And then Paranoia, we did the Paranoia, yeah, literally after that. Because then after that we had the Zero tour, and then I came back for like a month, and then we did the Control Delete tour, and we had like So What Music Festival in between, and some other thing in between. So we were really just playing a lot of shows this year, which was taking up a lot of time. And so finally, after the Control Delete tours, when I had the majority of the time to just like finally sit down and make some music, lock in. So yeah, we did See Me Now after, we did the Paranoia remix after, we did Worth My While after.
Hello Goodbye was with Feldy, right?
Say hello and goodbye. I've been trying to find something else I can hide behind. And so what if at night I don't sleep 'cause I'm tired of demons inside my mind.
Hello Goodbye was the other one. Okay, yeah, Hello Goodbye was done back in 2020 with Feldy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it fit right along. I thought,
Yep.
but that's great that even probably the busiest touring year you've ever had, you were able to.
Well, this is my first time. Like, this is my first year ever touring, bro. Like,
Oh wow! So this was
yeah, the Zero tour was my very first tour ever. Like, I had barely even played shows before. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, dude. Like, yeah, it's been a and to go from the Zero tour. I feel like the Zero tour, like, was the roughest situation you could be on in a tour, you know what I mean? And then the sleeping tour was like the best situation to be in, you know what I mean? So it's like I got to see both sides of the spectrum, and it was dope, man. It was a really good fucking eye-opening year, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and to have written what I think is the best stuff you've ever written, even after such a busy year. Because,
Yep.
I mean, we've had 2 years off with the pandemic.
Right.
And to see that even amidst all that, all the touring, all the time away from home, you're still able to put this stuff out. I mean,
Yeah, man.
that's pretty awesome. That's
Yeah,
got to
man.
be pretty exciting. And I know you did an acoustic version of Paranoia.
Paranoia starts to set in. Waking up in an Armageddon. Life should be dead or lost by now, but I've grown so used to this.
Yep.
And then obviously Worth My While is acoustic.
Yeah.
You got to stop by here sometime and perform some acoustic songs
Dude,
on the
I'm-
session space out there.
I'm fucking down
If
whenever,
you ever want
bro.
to, just text me and let me
Yeah.
know, and like we can make it happen.
Let's do it.
Because they're both so great. I think those would be 6 songs
Fuck
to get
yeah,
live
man.
performances of.
Let's fucking do it sometime. Fuck yeah, bro. That'd be sick. Yeah, man. I'm really fucking proud of this project. I literally streamed on Twitch for 22 hours yesterday. So from Wednesday night all the way through till 9 p.m. last night, Thursday, I streamed on Twitch just leading up to this EP, bro. So I
That's
could be
awesome.
there, hype everyone up and just like be there, just grind it out, just so I could be there and release it with everyone, and play it through. And yeah, man, we went out and celebrated last night, and it feels good, Like I said, I'm always proud of what I put out, and it always feels good to release a project. But I just feel like this is, like you had said, the most me, and it just feels really good, bro. I'm just like, fuck, finally, dude. I'm so happy, bro.
Yeah, now that it's out, it's in the world. The
Yep.
year's coming to an end.
Yep.
Anything you can talk about that you got planned for 2023? I'm sure it's going to be your biggest year yet.
Yep.
Or your busiest year yet.
Yes, I'm hoping, bro. So yeah, we're actually about to sign to Sumerian.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can't get away from Sleeping with Sirens.
No, dude.
God damn, son.
I'm attached. Let's go. Yeah, man. Shout out Ash. Yeah, Ash is really cool.
Ash Avildsen.
And like Outlast, the label I'm on now is it's under Sumerian. So
Okay.
So I'm kind of already like in the family, and so now they're just upstreaming me to the main label, and yeah, man, I'm really fucking excited about that. We've already got some songs for the album. Next year's gonna be my debut album.
Full length?
Full length. I've been every day I get like DMs and comments and just like, oh, like when's the album? I'm waiting for the album. I'm waiting for the album. I'm just like, like I could have put an album out whenever. Obviously, you can always just make fucking music and put it together. But it's like, to me, it's about really creating like a project. You know what I mean? Like something special. Like
Yeah, and
like
I think these EPs have given you an opportunity to kind of explore sounds,
Right.
define what you feel you are,
Right.
And that's what's awesome about
And so
this.
like I want the album to be like a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Like I want to encompass just like all my sound as a whole. And I just want, just like this one, I feel like this project flows so beautifully from beginning to end, and I just want this one to be the same. I want maybe, like I'm not really like, like I write vaguely, like I said, I'm not like a conceptual kind of guy, music wise, but I do definitely kind of want to go into this one with a little bit more of a theme.
Ooh, a bit of a concept album to an
Right,
extent.
like a little bit more of a concept or a theme or just like a direction, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely the album next year, definitely gonna be touring a lot more. I don't have any tours locked in as of right now, but we are being looked at for
Stuff
a couple.
are in the talks.
Yeah, things are in the works, so we'll definitely have some tours planned out for next year. See Me Now actually got picked up by ESPN.
Oh hell yeah! It's gonna be
So-
playing on some sports stuff.
Yeah, I think it's playing. They said they started running it yesterday, bro, and that we're the band of the month or something. So that's kind of cool. I don't really know what that means for ESPN. I don't watch sports. I was literally saying I'm gonna go watch ESPN for the first time to hear my song play. But yeah, they're already spinning it on ESPN, and yeah, dude, I'm just looking forward to this new year.
That's awesome. Any bands in the scene? I mean, you did the Sleeping Tour, Point North.
Yep.
John Broco too. I gotta shout those guys out because talk about a live performance.
And they're great fucking guys.
That was the first time I met them was at the Observatory show.
Okay.
And I was like, I fucking loved your band for years. You guys are awesome.
Yep.
And they were so nice. Like, I was just like, this is making me like you even better. If
Like
the stage
everybody
performance
on
wouldn't.
that tour was like the homie. You know what I mean? Like just everyone was so cool and so down to earth. And like, yeah, the Don Broco guys are fucking A1. They're amazing, man.
Any other bands from like your high school days, your Warped Tour days that you're like, I would love to tour with this band. I always loved this band. These guys.
Dude,
are...
I love Movements, bro. Movements is probably
Nice.
like one of my favorite bands right now. Movements is super fire.
Am I the only one? I think it might be fun. Drop everything and run.
Citizen is super fucking
Oh,
sick.
hell yeah.
I just saw them like last month.
In the bright red sky, I saw a painted I clung to one spoonful, but I never wanna go there anymore. And in my bright blue eyes, I know.
Bro, I love Memphis Mayfire. That's a really big one for me.
do you know Maddie?
I haven't met him personally. We follow each other and we've talked a decent amount on Instagram. We haven't met in person yet. Well, that's a lie. I met him when I was in high school.
You met him as a fan.
I met him
Like,
as
at
a
show.
fan. I haven't met him as GARZI yet. But yeah, soon for sure.
Challenger
but-
is one of my favorite albums
Yep.
of all time. To
Hollow,
this day.
Challenger.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Those
Jeez.
are.
Where is my self-control? And I've been thinking this could be the end of me. Who is this person in the mirror I see?
A1, man. So yeah, I would love to tour with them. Even though I feel like they're a little heavier for me, but like, dude, I would tear it up, bro. I'll bring the energy, bro. Fuck it, don't even matter.
Bring
Dude,
Jason out on stage.
Fever, right? So
Yeah.
we were
Oh,
actually
yeah.
we were actually supposed to do a Fever. So we were gonna have a tour October, and then that's when they announced they broke up or whatever. So they ended up getting
they
canceled.
got a big shift.
Right. So we were supposed to do a tour with them that got, postponed or whatever. So hopefully next year we'll do something with them, at least a show or something, a festival.
The sky's the limit, though. I mean, because the EP just dropped.
Exactly.
You've wrapped up a good tour.
Yep.
You're making a name, getting known from
Right.
different names, faces,
Yep.
in this scene. So what an exciting time of your career it must be.
It's the best. I don't think I've ever been in a better position. I've got the most, what I'm saying? Like my Spotify is the biggest it's ever been. You know what I'm saying? I've got
Yeah,
the most plays
Spotify
on
Raps just dropped, and I saw people
Yeah, man.
posting GARZI and
Yeah,
stuff. Like
bro,
that's
what I'm
gotta
saying,
be
dude.
exciting.
Like that's the most plays I think I've ever gone on one of my Spotify Raps too. You know what I mean? I've got the most monthly listeners I've ever had. You know what I mean? So like I said, I never toured before this year, and I've done 2 full national tours. Like, yeah, man, it was a crazy year, and 2023 is gonna be. Woo,
High
we out
school
there.
GARZI would be
So
absolutely
proud.
stoked to
Bro,
see what
he
you're
wouldn't
cooking
believe
up.
it. He literally would not believe it, bro. Like at all. He would just be like, "What is this?"
And that's I mean, when you mentioned working with Travis, all this stuff, all that, like there's just full circle moments in life when
Yep.
you follow your dreams and what it is that you want to do, that when those things
Yep.
happen, it's just like, wow. So everybody, no reason not to. Follow your dreams. Do
Follow
whatever it
your
is that
dreams.
you want. So good stuff,
Amen.
man.
Fuck yeah.
Anything else you're working on, cooking up that's worth talking about? Do you feel like we covered enough for
I
a
think we
little
covered
chat here?
everything, man. Yeah, go stream Careful What You Wish For out now everywhere. Let's go.
It's a damn good album, and maybe Nosebleed will drop sometime.
It will.
You never know.
I
but
got you.
that's-
I got you.
Well, dude, thanks so much for chatting. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And,
Let's go.
Frankenstein,
Let's go.
you're
Dap me
pretty
up.
good. Come on.
Dap me up. Dap me
Come on.
up. You're
Yeah, that's a little paw go up.
Let's go.